Alright, hello everybody, welcome to the Kick-Ass Vidcast. I am Oren, and before we start this video, please like and subscribe, and tell me what you think. Alright, let's get into this. Wow, nothing boring. The video packages were a lot better. I mean, whoo! The last Raw, my biggest complaint was basically there's so many video packages that took so much time. So, but in this one, I think there was about three of them, and they were really nice and sweet. So, but this Raw was great. Let's get into it. Let's talk about it. So, the first thing that started off with Raw was Bayley, Io Sky, and Dakota Kai. They opened up Raw, and Bayley started with the promo, basically saying, "Oh, if it wasn't for me, there wouldn't be a fire in this women's division. People not getting noticed like Io Sky and Dakota Sky." Bayley fucked up there for a brief second, but it actually worked in her favor because when she messed up, she played it off really well. She started screaming out, "Yes, I know her name is Dakota Kai." Dakota Kai, dummies, you guys are distracting me. I can't think. Something a true heel would actually do. And then Dakota Kai got in and was like, "Oh, look, relax. We're going to win and no worry." So it was all around fun. Bayley was really good, apart from that little blunder, but she played it off really well. And all three of them are just great athletes. And Bayley's great on the mic. So is Dakota Kai. I'm actually impressed with Dakota Kai. She has a bit of an accent. I didn't know that. And then after that, a bit later on, out came Bianca Belair, Asuka, and Alexa Bliss, and they said that basically they're gonna put a stop to this group, Control. I think they're officially Control, and Bianca actually challenged them as like a triple tag match at Clash at the Castle. So we're going to have that match. I'm actually super excited to see it. And I'm actually glad that it's not like a singles competition yet. So I'm actually really excited to see that. And then Bayley was saying, sure, all right, they accept. And so it's going to be a really good fight. And then a huge brawl just starts out of nowhere. Bianca Belair, I liked what she said at the end of the promo, where she's like, while you guys are trying to keep control, I'm going to lose it. And she just went boom right in Bayley's face. And it was just a skirmish, a huge skirmish. So it was really cool. And they were going back and forth. And then the refs and everybody in the back came out and started separating them. And the crowd was a lot better this night. I mean, everybody was cheering, and then they were going out of the ring, and then they went on the side, on the corner. Everyone was being thrown out there, and Alexa Bliss got on like the barricade and then dived off the barricade and onto everybody else, and then it went to a commercial break. Surprisingly, last Raw didn't have a commercial break in the first hour. Now in this one they did, and I wasn't bothered by it at all. I was watching it nonstop. I mean, didn't faze me at all. So it ended with that, and then we had another match. Well, the match that I wanted to talk about. Another thing was Seth Rollins versus Angelo Dawkins. Man, Seth Rollins is he's really good. I enjoy him as a heel. He comes out laughing, like trying to imitate the Joker, like so it was pretty funny. And the crowd sang his song, and so it was pretty cool. Good stuff from Seth Rollins. And then out came the Street Profits, and instead of Montez Ford fighting him, it's actually Angelo Dawkins, his partner. So Ford is by his side, and they're doing their thing, and they just go in there and start wrestling. And man, I gotta say, man, I said that Montez Ford had great capabilities to be WWE champion, to be a singles competitor, and let me tell you, man, Angelo Dawkins, he can do the same thing. I mean, his athleticism is amazing too. I mean, they were going back and forth. Seth Rollins, was was handing it down, and it was just a fun match. Like it wasn't boring. It wasn't. Those kind of matches where back then when Vince McMahon was running things. Apparently, there's a legend, an urban legend going around that he's running things secretly behind the scenes. If that's true, then Vince McMahon has fooled us big time. I mean, I don't know, but back to the match. But there was a moment there where Seth Rollins got out of the ring and he was frustrated because Angelo was beating him in every turn. And then Ford, he's on the side and next to the announcement table. And he's on the side and he's going, oh my God. He's like egging on Seth Rollins. It was so funny. Like I just started laughing, and I love how they play off each other. I mean, like I said, this was a great match, and nothing was scripted. It didn't feel like they had to do scripted moments or planned spots. It just, everything to me just felt organic. So Ford was there and he was like, oh my God, and Seth Rollins was like, oh, shut up or whatever. And then Dawkins comes out of nowhere and tackles him over the announcer's table. It was pretty crazy. And then they went back in the ring and started wrestling around. Dawkins doing, his high elbows, high flying drop kicks. I mean, for a big guy like that, like, he can move really well. Like, holy shit. And then as Angelo was put down on by Seth Rollins actually kicks Montez Ford. He kicks him, and Montez Ford takes it like really seriously. And then Montez Ford, with his temper, he gets a chair underneath the ring, and he just runs in the ring trying to hit him. And the referee's like, no, you can't do that. That's illegal. You can't. And Ford wasn't having none of it. So the referee actually booted him out of the arena into the back. And Seth Rollins was just having a good old time laughing, like, so it was pretty fun. And then the match continued with Angelo Dawkins and Seth Rollins, and it was a back and forth bout. But in the end, Seth Rollins beat him with a pedigree. Oh, interesting how he didn't beat him with the curb stomp. He beat him with the pedigree. I guess Hunter, Triple H, was happy with that. But then as the match ended, he did the curb stomp. He hit Angelo Dawkins with the curb stomp. He wasn't going to stop. And then Montez Ford came back trying to help his buddy, his partner. And then Seth Rollins scurried out of there, and he went in the back, and he was just laughing. It was fun. I had fun with that match. And then we had another instance where we had kind of like, there were like two squash matches in this Raw. These matches were not necessary in my opinion, but I wasn't turned off by this. I wasn't really like bored with them. It's hard to explain. But the first match I'm going to talk about is Ezekiel versus Kevin Owens. And Kevin Owens came out and just beat the holy shit out of him. I mean, it's great to see Kevin. I mean, Kevin has so much potential, man. They treated him like shit, man. God, man. But hopefully Triple H will correct that. But he came out, him and Ezekiel didn't even get an intro. Poor Ezekiel. Yeah, they should. I think what they're gonna do is that after this whole thing, because in the match, Kevin beats the holy shit out of him, and then he does a power bomb on the side of the ring where he fucks up Ezekiel's back, and Ezekiel is just on the floor. He can't move, and they carried him out in a stretcher. So they took him away, and I hope they fix this, because I was just thinking, my theory about Ezekiel is that they're going to take him away. He's going to be injured. And then Elias is going to come back. I think he's going to come back and he's going to challenge Kevin Owens saying, oh, you made my brother, you hurt my brother or something like that. And it was going to happen. And Kevin Owens, wins, squash match. Nothing to really say. Although I will say, later in the night, he had a promo which was really really good. I mean that he's flawless on the mic. I mean, wow, what he said, really really good. I was really really into it. Kevin Owens, man, future WWE champion, great heel. So, but and then the next match we had was Finn Balor. Okay, Finn Balor versus Rey Mysterio. And wow, I mean, Rey Mysterio, he still got it. I mean, I saw him. As I started watching wrestling with SummerSlam, I just saw him in tag team matches with his son Dom. Dominic, and it wasn't bad. It was pretty good. But him in a singles competition is amazing. I mean, he's so good around the ring. I mean, veteran man. And Finn Balor was great too. These two wrestlers, when they wrestled this night, they really complement each other. So it was really fun, this match. I couldn't look away from this match. And before even the match started, Finn Balor and Damian Priest, they came out. No Rhea Ripley. So, and they basically set a promo, basically targeting Edge, saying that they're gonna put Edge down and he will be judged. So basically, in a nutshell. And even before this, the last Raw, Edge speared Dominic. I said it in my other review. There was a little promo in the back where Edge was trying to apologize to Dom, and Dom, really didn't want to take it, so he actually pushed Edge, and then he left, and then Ray was like, "Oh, Dominic, Dominic, it's all about family." Yeah. So he left, and then Mysterio's like, "Don't worry about it. Like, I'll talk to him." And then a little bit before this match started, Edge came out and was like, "Look, do you need me to back you up? I got you. I'm trying to find also Dom to apologize." And then Mysterio said the same thing, like he couldn't find him. He couldn't find him anywhere. So Mysterio was like, "Don't worry, I got this. Just hang back." And Edge, he hang back, and then out came Mysterio and Finn Balor with Damian Priest. No Rhea Ripley, so Rhea Ripley was somewhere else. So, and they had this match, and this match was great. It was fun, great time. And then Damian Priest tried to interfere in the match, and then Edge came out and took away, started fighting with Damian Priest, and then they went away. So it looks like the judgment is the three: Rhea Ripley, Damian Priest, and Finn Balor. Go against Rey Mysterio and Dominic Mysterio and Edge. So it looks like it's like another trio tag thing. They're gonna let's see what's gonna happen at Clash at the Castle. Sorry, Woo! Clash at the Castle. Clash at the Castle. Maybe they'll have the same thing. A triple tag. So, but he went out, and then Ray was getting Finn Balor set up for the 619, so it looks like he was gonna win. I really wanted him to win because he's been losing so many times. I guess it's just to build up sympathy, but I mean, I don't know. Mysterio losing too many times, I don't like it. But he was getting ready, and then Rhea Ripley comes out and has Dominic on her shoulder. I mean, talk about a fucking Amazon. I mean, Rhea Ripley, whoo. Man, oh man! But she has Dom over her shoulder, and then she flops him. She drops him down on the floor where the entrance is, and grabs Dom's head and shows Ray what happened to Dom. And then Ray gets distracted, and Finn Balor takes the advantage, puts him down in the ring, gives him the coup de grace, stomps on him, and Finn Balor wins. I wanted Ray to win. I was like, damn it, Ray! God damn it! But that's a good thing. It made me feel something. So I haven't felt these feelings since a long time. I mean, it was great. It was a lot of fun, and I noticed that as Rhea was trying to bring down Dom, she was trying to make sure that his head didn't hit the floor too hard, because when he dropped, he kind of dropped hard. But I'm pretty sure she got him. But yeah, that match was great. It was fun. I did not look away. this Raw, I mean, a clear night and day between Raw and SmackDown. I mean, whew, I think Raw is my show, so it's definitely my show. And then the next match we had was for the women's tag team titles. They're having some sort of like tournament, like a competition of sorts. And basically, it was Dana Brooke and Tamina versus Io Sky and Dakota Kai. So, and this was great. I mean, it's great to see true women's wrestling here in the WWE. I mean, wow. Dana Brooke and Tamina were pretty good. Tamina was, a little bit, but Dana actually can wrestle. I mean, it was great. It's the first match in this, and we saw Dakota Kai and Io Sky take on these girls, and it had a lot of great moments. I mean, it was fast paced. It was really aggressive, and it was great. It was one of the better matches that I've seen from Dana Brooke and Tamina, because Tamina, I rarely see her fight, but it was great, and then Kai and Sky took out Tamina. Io Sky did a great moonsault. I mean, wow, great. It was really nice, and she pinned. And it was a 1-2-3, and great match. Had a lot of fun. It's good to see these girls in action. Io Sky and Dakota Kai advance, and I want to see more. I'm actually super excited to see more. Now, the next match we had, this one was great. It's just so weird. It was Bobby Lashley against my man Tommaso Ciampa. Oh man, Ciampa came out wearing the Harley Race robe for his United States Championship match, and because Harley Race trained him as to be a wrestler, and he was in remembrance, and he had a little an interview before the match. And that wasn't that wasn't bad. It was great. I love the fact that when they're doing this interview, they went to the Miz first, and the Miz was talking and was like, "Oh, how could you, screw Logan Paul and my man here, Ciampa," and stuff. So I really like Miz with Ciampa. I mean, I hear a lot of people saying to get rid of the Miz, and I don't want. It's like before I didn't like the Miz. I mean, I thought he was cookie cutter. It's just like I said, a company man. But with Triple H taking control over creative, I mean, I think he's letting Miz just be organic and be like, look, you and Ciampa are the heels. You guys are a group together. I want to see you guys backing each other up. There is it doesn't feel like there's gonna be a betrayal, which I'm all for it. A lot of people are saying, to break up Ciampa with the Miz, and I don't want that. I really don't. If Ciampa wants to have singles competition, then have something happen where they separate, not because they broke up. Separate, like something happens to the Miz, or the Miz has something to handle himself, and then he's like, Ciampa, you go ahead and do it, or vice versa. Something like that. I don't want them to hate each other, because they're really good. They're a really good heel team, and Ciampa did the interview, and Ciampa was great. It's always great on the mic. So they went in the match, and he wore the robe, and then Miz was with him in this suit with a red tie and the glasses. He looked pretty suave. I mean, chibi. So, and the match started, and Bobby Lashley came out, and dude, Ciampa just makes everyone look good in the ring. I mean, Ciampa was... Bobby Lashley actually looked good in this ring. It was great to see the power dynamic between Ciampa and Bobby Lashley. It looked more real. Like Ciampa was always trying to get him, and Ciampa couldn't successfully do some moves, and then Bobby was just pushing him and throwing him all over the place. So it was a great match, back and forth, and then the Miz once again. It helped Ciampa. There was a time where Bobby got him down for the 1, 2, 3, and then the Miz helped him, get his foot on the rope again. So I was like, yeah, okay, great, great. And then AJ Styles came back again and started beating the shit out of the Miz, and they were going all over the arena. It was. I thought it was kind of funny, like slapstick comedy, but yeah, they left. The Miz was just hightailing it out of there, and Bobby was like, "What the fuck is going on?" And then Ciampa, the same thing. So the match continued, and they were going back and forth, and then Ciampa was trying to get him into the fairy tale ending, his finisher, and then AJ and Miz just came into the ring and started wrestling around, and it's just so weird. That was a weird spot there. But Bobby Lashley ended up getting the upper hand, putting the full Nelson on there, and but I like the fact that Ciampa, in this in the full Nelson, he did lose. Ciampa lost, and Bobby retained. So I think this was a good thing because I don't think Ciampa is at that level yet. Not yet. But he can definitely, like I said, future WWE champion material. And I like the fact that he held on for a little bit longer in the full Nelson of Bobby Lashley until he finally tapped. So it made him look like he still had a little bit of fight in him, but he just couldn't pull it off. So Bobby Lashley won this match. Tommaso Ciampa lost. And my theory about this, my theory is that like I said before, I was thinking that Ciampa was going to have a fight with AJ at Clash at the Castle, and they're going to start their feud and this, but it's different now. I'll get into it before. But the next match I wanted to talk about, this was the other match. Almost versus two jobbers. Enough said. I mean, nothing really to talk about here. Almost, he destroyed these poor guys, and it was another jobber. It was same thing with the commentators. They were just like, "Oh, welcome to damn." Is there like a better is there an insurance policy? It's just yeah. I wasn't bored though. This guy is huge, so nothing to see there. Whatever. And then sometime in this show, they had the interview that I was talking about with Kevin Owens. There was something really weird about it. There was a car like on the side with I noticed this because it looked like it was parked weird, or it was crashed, or I don't know, but it looked kind of weird. And I noticed that it was Doudrop and Nikki Ash was there, and they were examining the car, and I was like, what is going on here? This looks like I thought they filmed something behind the scenes that they weren't supposed to be filming, but I don't know. But at the same time, as Kevin was leaving, a whole bunch of security guards just started running. I was like, what the fuck? There's something's going on here, and that happened at the same time that there was another backstage segment with Asuka and Alexa Bliss. They were talking about how they're gonna beat Control, and then Bayley and these girls came out, started talking mad shit, and that's when the security guards started running, and then Bayley was like looking around, and she was like, okay, come on, let's go, and then it led to the AJ Styles match, which I'm going to talk about in a few minutes. But yeah, it was very strange. And then the next match I wanted to talk about was Chad Gable and Dolph Ziggler, and this was surprisingly, it was a basic match to me. I mean, I wasn't. It's not basic. I take that back. It was a fun match. It was good. Chad Gable is great. I mean, he is the next Kurt Angle. He's so good. I mean, Dolph Ziggler came out as well, and Dolph Ziggler, pretty good too. But I'm starting to be a fan of Chad Gable. I love his shoosh and his thank you. It's just so. It's just so annoying, but it's annoying in a good way. Like, it seems like a good heel. So yeah, the next Kurt Angle right here, Chad Gable, man, I definitely put him in the United States title run. WWE champion, I don't know, I have to see more of him, but they started this match and it was just chain wrestling, amateur chain wrestling, going back and forth and getting the upper hand, school pins, and it was just a fun match, really cool. And then, but in the end, Dolph Ziggler won. He got the super kick, and then he pinned him 1, 2, 3. So Dolph Ziggler gets the win over Chad Gable. Chad Gable keeps losing. I don't want Chad Gable to lose anymore. I want him to be, one of those heels on the upper card, mid to upper card, and yeah, this was a good match. I enjoyed it. Now I'm going to talk about the last match. The last match is The Miz and AJ Styles, because the match with Ciampa and Bobby Lashley, AJ Styles interfered and he was going after The Miz, so the Triple H or the higher execs made this match official. And The Miz versus AJ Styles, no disqualification. Now I heard there's a rumor going around that The Miz was supposed to have a feud with Logan Paul. And apparently, I don't know if this is true. Let me know in the comment section if this is. But I heard something that Logan Paul might not return to WWE. I don't know why. I don't know how this occurred. But he signed a contract, so I don't know what's going on with that. But apparently he's not coming back. It's going to be a one-off, which is a shame, really. I actually wanted to see more of Logan Paul. Now, I don't know if this is a work. It could possibly be a work, but I'm not really sure. But the match started, so AJ decided to continue. They're putting AJ to continue it instead of Logan Paul. So AJ continued the feud with The Miz, and the match started. And it's just like balls to the walls fight. It was a great fight. I mean, Miz... I never really liked his in-ring style. I would call him something the king of soft style because he's, but I will give him this. He has great work ethic, and he's never been injured really bad. So I give him mad props for that. And he's never injured another wrestler. So I give him mad props. But yeah, they started fighting. It was a hardcore match, and I love seeing Miz doing his heel work. This is another thing I wanted to say is, like, the heels in these matches, they're showing expressions. They're showing their characters while they're wrestling. I mean, there's some moments where I'm sorry, go back to Seth Rollins when he kicked Montez Ford and Montez Ford got kicked out of the arena. He was like, ha 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 ha, like, yes, just having a good old time, bringing this character to life. And The Miz did the same thing. The Miz was just like, he was looking at the crowd, and the crowd was like, tiny balls, tiny balls. He's just acknowledging the crowd and being like, shut up. Like, it's a completely different feel from the Vince McMahon era, and I'm having so much fun being a wrestling fan again. But the match kept going, and Miz, they're bringing out the chairs and they're bringing out the tables, and they brought the table out, they're trying to set it up, and Miz gets the upper hand sometime in the match, and he gets a kendo stick, starts beating the shit out of AJ with this kendo stick, and it was great fun. I don't know what it is. It's bringing out kendo sticks and chair shots, kendo shots, chair shots, tables. I mean, it's just so much fun to look at, such chaos and carnage. I really enjoy it. And then he was getting the upper hand, and then AJ got the upper hand, started beating the shit out of him with the kendo sticks. It was great. And then AJ got the upper hand, and he hit the phenomenal forearm. And as he hit the phenomenal forearm, the referee was counting 1, 2, and then the moment he got to 3, Ciampa came in out of nowhere and just saved The Miz. That was great. I see. This is what I like. them two together, no face being higher than the other one, not hating one another, supporting each other. This is what a heel faction coming into play here. Okay, and I hope. Apparently, Johnny Gargano was supposed to show up. I don't know if that's true, but I heard that he's coming back, and Johnny Gargano is amazing. He's another great wrestler. He had great storylines with Tommaso Ciampa and NXT. You guys got to definitely check those out. I mean, they should have the programming on Peacock. So the great stuff. But it would be awesome if Johnny Gargano comes back and he becomes a heel and he joins The Miz and Ciampa to form this heel faction. But Ciampa comes in and he pushes the referee out, and he's like, no, then that doesn't work for me or whatever. And then the AJ comes out and starts beating up on Ciampa and going back and forth with Ciampa. And then Ciampa gets out on the ring apron, throws him over the ring apron, and AJ is trying to get him out, and he kind of fails until the last minute where he does like I think a kick, some sort of a Pele kick, I'm thinking, and Tommaso just falls and hits the table. I mean, that table just explodes into pieces, and Tommaso Ciampa's out for that whole match, and then AJ gets in the ropes trying to do it again, but as he's doing this, The Miz gets himself a chair, and he gets a chair, and he appears to look like he's setting up for something, and as AJ gets up and tries to jump, The Miz throws the chair right in his face. I mean, it was a weird throw. I mean, it didn't look like to appear to want to hurt AJ. I mean, that's what, in all honesty. But I appreciate the thought of the spot to throw the chair in his face, and it made a great sound. It went bing. It went blimp. I love when they do those sounds. It was really funny. It was funny. And I didn't mind it. It was like a slapstick moment for me. So he hit him with the chair, and then he got him into the skull-crushing finale for his finisher. And I thought he was gonna win. I thought, the villains, the heels take it this night. But it was a 1-2, and he kicked out. And The Miz could not believe it. And then he was getting ready to do something else, to bring out to get a chair, another chair. But then AJ reversed that, and then he hit him with the chair against the turnbuckle, and then he fell down, and then he was setting him up. He set him up for the Styles Clash, and he got him 1, 2, 3. So this was great fun. And then a strange thing happened where somebody in the corner of the screen, somebody was getting arrested. It was super weird. But the thing was, I didn't know if this was a work or if this was actually real. I actually enjoyed the fact that they didn't really zoom in on it. Like, I can't really tell, but apparently this is actually an intro for a new wrestler, because I watch a channel called JDF from New York. I JD from NY 206. I think I love his show. You should watch it. He gets more into details, and he says a lot of great things when it comes to wrestling. And he's just a funny bastard. I mean, his accent is just great, great all around. It was good fun. But yeah, somebody was getting arrested, and apparently this is another wrestler that they're signing on. I think his name is Dexter Loomis, I think, and I've never seen this guy in NXT before. I've never seen him wrestle. But apparently a lot of people really dig him, and apparently he had a character like that was really good in NXT, sort of like this serial killer Undertaker kind of vibe, So, but I saw it on the side. It looks like they were arresting him and taking him away, and that was it. And AJ saw, and he was pointing, and I heard people cheer. I heard a lot of people cheer. So it looks like something's going to happen in the next Raw. But yeah, the AJ signed off, and he beat Miz, and he overtook Miz and Ciampa. So it's it's gonna be it's good. It was good. I enjoyed this Raw. This Raw was great. I had a lot of fun. Only a few video packages, which was my complaint on the last one, and the crowd was a lot better and smooth. This was great. My review last time was a 7.5 out of 10. So this review, I'm getting an 8 out of 10. This Raw was great. I'm super excited for next Raw. I can't wait to see it. Like, I mean, Raw was great. I mean, it's night and day between this one and SmackDown. You know, right now, Raw is my, as I said, Raw is my show, and SmackDown is just meh. I mean, they definitely the B show. Not even a B show. I mean, I haven't seen NXT. So I heard NXT wasn't as good either, but I mean it's like it's SmackDown is riding between B and C. I mean barely a B plus, more like a B minus. So I will watch SmackDown though this week to see if it continues to be subpar. I hope it doesn't. I hope it picks up this SmackDown because I understand, you know, Triple H has a lot of shit to clean up. So, but I'm gonna give it a shot again, and if it's just like a kiddie for children and very flashy, no substance kind of program, then I don't even know if I'm gonna keep reviewing SmackDown. I'll just review Raw and the pay-per-views. If you guys want me to review SmackDown, then you know, let me know in the comments section. So, but all in all, 8 out of 10. Really digged Raw. Thank you so much, guys. And also, what are you guys' opinions? Did you guys enjoy Raw? Let me know in the comment section. And also, please, once again, like and subscribe. You guys have a great day and peace.